After yesterday's trouble, both Mac and May went home with heavy feelings in their heart, returning to school the day after, driven by their parents, in a uncomfortable silence, which only was broken when the two of you met outside the gate of the school. As you regaled the tales of both your homecomings, you made your way to the second floor and to the superhero class.
Mac, look, about what you saw yesterday.
What I saw?
Yeah, I kind of, May rubs her hands and stares down at the floor. I hope I didn't freak you out.
I don't... Well, what are you even talking about?
She stares at him. Wait, you didn't see?
Are you talking about you kicking his ass, or... I'm sorry, but I'm very not sure what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Let's get inside.
May,
Yeah.
I'm sorry I pressured you into going into the park last night.
Oh no, I'm actually glad you did. When you found me, when you came to me, I was really freaking out. So it was actually quite nice. I'm glad you came to me.
I didn't expect you to thank me. You're welcome.
May smiles at him and opens the door.
As you open the door, you glance into the classroom. Like most others, it's pretty robust and basic in nature. The floor is carpeted all over. There's a few chairs and desks to them, fitting at most 16 people and a teacher. Well, you do see that there are windows attached to this classroom, but in difference to the other classrooms, this seems to be a one-way mirror. From the outside, no one can really look in, but you can look out without any problem. The same goes for the windows looking out both into the corridor and out to the fields. As you take your first steps into the classroom, you're greeted by both familiar and unfamiliar faces. In addition to both Melora and Homerun sitting and waiting in the class, you see also Val and Alex chatting away, with Melora listening in and coming up with a comment now and then. You also see a quite loud couple just in front of you. One of them is a short, well-dressed man, obviously trying to show off both excessive jewelry, styling, and clothing. He's talking to another person, a little bit taller than him, but given that he's very much on the short side, you can't really see anyone that would be shorter than him in this immediate area. But the other person also talking loudly to him in a very glad and jovial manner. They're just a little bit taller than the man beside them, and what strikes you first is that their skin is reddish tinted, a bit more than what you would expect from normal human skin colors. They're also dressed in very simple clothes, as a contrast to the man beside them. And you hear them speak, and the young man talks in a very loud manner. And you should have seen his face. I mean, when he tried to take off those balls and then noticed they were super glued. I mean, he was furious. Yeah. It was so fun to watch. I mean, we should do it again. Oh, wait. We can't do him. We can't make him too angry, or else he will actually act upon it. We need to lay low for a while and find another opportunity to strike at the nerve without any heavy repercussions. You get it? Not really, but sure. Excellent. And while those two are talking, you notice the last person in the classroom, a very tall girl. You can see it just from her sitting there, but she's a bit over 2 meters, maybe 220, 230. And like many others, she's dressed in a more comfortable sense, in a very nice summer dress, actually. But the clothes do not hide away from her more exotic features. Half her face seems to be more scaled, reptilian in nature. Both her eyes are slitted, but one of them is piercing blue while the other is more of an amber gold. But more eye-taking than her face would be the large draconic arm hanging from the side, a bit longer than her more human right arm. And in the same way, one of her legs is more draconic in nature and bit much longer. She seems to be able to compensate with this height gap between her legs with some kind of platform shoes. While many people are talking jovially, she seems to just be staring out, trying to avoid any kind of interaction altogether, actively being a outsider to the group.
May steps through the door, and when she spots Homerun and Melora, she begins to wave. Hey guys!
May, you're back!
Homerun waves back at her.
Mac follows shortly after, giving a more subdued, slight wave of his hand to his compadres.
As soon as Melora speaks up, both Val and Alex seem to pull themselves from the conversation and look towards the lot of you. And with a boisterous yell, Alex just shouts from the top of her lungs, May! Mac! Ah! You're here! And he jumps from the chair and starts moving towards you in great haste. Oh, I heard what happened yesterday. Were you attacked? Are you hurt in any kind of way?
No, we're fine. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you, but sorry.
Yeah, good that you know to say sorry at least. I mean, if someone gives you letters or calls you out in the middle of the night, you shouldn't just wander away aimlessly. I mean, that's just a recipe for kidnapping or assault. And but it's good that you handled yourself. He looks around a bit. You can sit with us. And he looks to Homerun for a little bit. And then looks to around the table and say, I know, you might have made a kind of a click here so far. Why don't you take a table for yourself? Just try to work on those camaraderie overall. Yeah. And he looks with a bit nervousness to both the girl in the corner and the duo talking away.
Yeah, sure. Guys, there's a free table back there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, May, I just... He takes a few seconds, but... May, Mac, I just need to ask you a question. Can you follow me outside?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Great, just follow me. And he starts moving towards the door. He closes the door after you leave. Okay. don't tell anyone I said this, but you saw those two kids right inside the room? They're called Nasir and Stella. They can be quite of a menace. They are some kind of... I believe the best word for it are pranksters. They really like to mess with people. Watch out for them. They might be trying to pull you into their schemes.
Wait, schemes? I thought we were hero class.
We are, but some of the heroes are more heroic than others. I trust the teachers in their decision to take them into the class, but just be a bit wary, okay?
Mac looks confused. But schemes are what villains do.
Okay. Yeah, no, but it's less scheme to take over the city and more scheme put hot sauce into the apple pies.
That's not a scheme, that's a prank.
Yeah, it's a prank, but still they have tendency to put themselves and others in trouble. Just keep an eye, okay?
Yes, sir.
Max still looks slightly confused, but he mutters out the... okay.
Great. One other thing. You saw the lady in the corner, Airspath. Well, the other two are pranksters. She has a bit of a temper and is easily annoyed. Just watch yourself around her too. She has more strength than she can handle and is so easy to anger that there is a risk she might accidentally hurt you. And as it says that, you hear from inside the room, I can fucking hear you, Alex! Say those things to my face instead if you dare! As you see. Yeah, just talk about on my back, you asshole! I shouldn't have said that, but... So, sorry for this disturbance, just... Welcome to Hero Class. We're happy to have you. And he moves in again and sits by Val's side once again.
Mac turns to May. Well, she sounds nice.
She has very good hearing. So, you wanna sit back there with us?
Yeah, sure.
Great! And May walks back to the back of the class.
While you make your way between the rows of benches, you see Airspath doing quite a stink eye towards Alex, only to have it look in the same ferocity at both you and Mac before distancing herself again and just not being happy in general.
May kind of gives a panicked smile back when she looks at her.
Mac meets her eyes and then actually walks up to her.
What? What the fuck do you want?
Excuse me, miss.
I asked what the fuck you want. You don't have to put it in those kind of terms. Just out with it.
Do you want someone to sit with you?
What? Are you fucking insinuating something?
Max sits down next to her.
What the fuck are you playing?
I have some people to sit with. And that feels nice. So I just thought it would feel nice for you too to have someone sit with you.
Well, you already have people to sit with you. And she rises up from the chairs and starts moving away from the classroom. As she does, Val rises up and yells her, Airspath, the class is about to start, you can't leave now. Fuck you! I didn't come here to be fucking insulted again. Fuck you and your fucking class. And she starts making her way out from the room and towards the hallway. As she leaves, you see her meet up with another person, just arriving from the same way as you came. And close behind him, another person also arrives. Airspath seems to be marching straight through them. One of them seems to be dressed in a fine suit and a well-trimmed haircut. The other, more relaxed, easy clothing, a more skin-tight t-shirt upon his upper torso and a skirt under, flowing softly in the wind. The one closest to Airspath takes a few steps in front of her and starts speaking. Hey, Airspath, what's wrong? Fuck you, man. I don't need to fucking tell you. I know you don't, but you missed quite a lot of school days. If you miss more, you might get kicked out of the hero class. And she takes a few seconds to contemplate before saying no more and returning back into the classroom, towards the same place as before. Before she sits down, she looks at Mac and says, "You can sit wherever the fuck you want, but I expect you not to talk to me, okay?"
If you don't want me to sit here, I will move.
Then move to your friends then. They want to have you there.
Okay. If you change your mind, just say so.
I won't. And she takes a seat upon the chair again.
May pats Max back when he passes her by.
As the first of the people make their way through the classroom, both Val and Alex shout out, "Phoenix! Val! Alex! Good to see you. I believe I missed something." "Oh, yeah, you wouldn't believe." We can take it later, okay? It's the first day. It's best not to stir up any feelings. Yeah, you're right. And as Phoenix sits with the other two, the other guy, not having said a word so far, just walking with a stoic expression, sits beside the home run, just shy of the gossiping pair behind him. He gives you a look over home run, like he's looking for something, but then just looks forward and says nothing. Shortly thereafter, all of you hear heavy footsteps as someone is making their way down through the corridor. A very, very large man. Not as large as the draconic girl, but still more than a head taller than anyone else in the room. Making his way through the corridor. He's dressed in a very simple but finely crafted robe, and it leaves not much to the imagination as for how much hair is growing upon his chest. He seems to pay it no mind, and no one else seems to blink an eye over it. It seems to be a common occurrence for him. He makes his way through the door and gives the worst stink eye you can imagine to the tiny man sitting in the row in front of you. It seems like they are about to say something, and all of a sudden Nasir breaks the silence. "So, did the glue go off correctly?" And you see something snap inside of the other person. A barely controlled rage. But it subsides quickly enough. But it was clearly noticeable. And you also see Phoenix kind of grabbing his head and wincing for a bit. "It went fine, Nasir. I hope you have a educational day, you sack of fecal matter." And he starts making his way through the benches and then sitting down at a table beside you, leaving a good distance between both you and the girl at the other end. Not long thereafter, you hear another person arriving, and you see through the windows Callum approaching in a good power walking speed. Opening the door, surveilling the room, makes his way towards the desk in the center, and says loudly, Okay, I can already read that the room is tense here. Whatever your problems here, leave them outside the classroom and handle it like mature adults that you're supposed to be. Everyone understand? Good. I had little sleep last night and I have no patience for your teen drama. Now, is everyone here? And he takes a look around. We're still missing one. She should have been here by now. Anyway. So this is the hero course. You all will be taking it for as long as you are deemed worthy to be here. In addition to that, and just as he continues his speech, you hear what can only really be described as a sonic boom. As from the pathway, you see a flash of light and you hear a scraping along the carpeted floor as a young girl just seemed to have sprinted in superhuman speed and torn up a bit of the carpet, trying to slow her momentum. She then quickly runs to the door, opens and screams, "I'm in time! I'm in time! Damn! Miss Emiko, you were supposed to be here 2 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago is still on time! I do not feel to argue. Just sit down. And the girl takes a big look around and sits down right beside Mac in a very speedy haste. Oh, hi guys, Emiko, Class 1B.
Huh?
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. As she now is closer, you see some things about her. She seems to be a young girl, your age, of Asian descent. Her hair is obviously colored in a red, in an almost metallic red, only the roots showing her original black color. But her eyes are somewhat strange. Not only are they very, very blue, they are basically shining like small flashlights. Oh, did I miss anything?
There's just been a lot of tension in this classroom.
Oh, well, I'm glad I missed that one. Emiko, I appreciate you trying to get here on time, but disturbing the class and me, that I do not appreciate. Sorry, sir. Won't happen again. No, it won't. Now, everyone, welcome to the hero class. These are the people you will be spending your time with the following year. Depending on who wants to drop out and who wants to stay, that is. Now, I will go through a few things about the hero life, specifically the law. You need to have a firm understanding of law practice to be superheroing. Know where your limits are and knowing where you are going too far. For that, we're going to talk about the Carla incident and talk about the restrictions that came from there. Everyone, take up your notebooks and start writing after me. And the following half an hour consists on a very short but densely packed overview of the superheroing business and the laws pertaining to it overall. While the tension slowly drifts away, it still remains. But the need to quickly write down everything from most students takes away most of the heavy weight of the air.